Bravo, y'all know this is y'all fault, right? Y'all cost yourselves a $20 million lawsuit because had y'all suspended or fired Britt when she was threatening Kenya with weapons over a hug, all because she wanted a hug, we wouldn't be in this situation. Y'all wouldn't be in this situation. This is y'all fault. Y'all want us to care? Why? What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is TammyTalks. We are here for a look at this here. We're going to talk about Brit Eady, Kenya Moore, the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion, and this lawsuit. Before we get started, if you are brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then leave all of your comments down below. It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to dissect. I want to know y'all comments and everything about it, all right? So let's start from the beginning, okay? Yesterday, June 5th, was the taping of the reunion for season 16, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we knew that Kenya was like a toss-up. There were rumblings she was coming. There were rumblings she was invited. She was disinvited. She said that, I believe, when she did her confessionals on her YouTube, right? So we knew there was a possibility Kenya's ass won't be there, okay? Cool. So the seating chart got released, okay? Let's talk about the seating chart. So it starts with Andy in the middle, Avi, and then we have Shamia in first chair. Why? I'm sorry, but Shamia doesn't deserve first chair. What has Shamia done this season that she would deserve first chair? If we're looking at her in totality, she doesn't need to be there. She doesn't. She doesn't deserve to be there. Honestly and truly, because Shamia and Portia's beef is not big enough. Their fallout is not big enough for her to be first chair opposite Portia. That doesn't make sense. So then we have Angela. I'm okay with Angela being there. Then we have Kelly and then Drew. Honestly speaking, truth be told, Drew should have gotten first chair. Drew should have gotten first chair because these ladies have used Drew. Majority of them have used Drew as their story arc every single episode. Mainly Portia. Shamia shouldn't be first chair. It has been Drew versus everybody all season. So the fact that Drew would not have first chair is mind-boggling to me. My flabber is gasted completely, right? So Kelly being above Drew doesn't, like, who hates Drew over at Bravo? Why is she with one ass cheek hanging off the reunion couch? Why? That's crazy. Let's be very, very real. Kelly has brought nothing to this season. Literally nothing. Kelly has had one storyline, and that is that she's going through this divorce. We ain't seen her flipping a pancake or nothing. Making a waffle, nothing. What's going on with the businesses, Kelly? We don't even see you working. We see you pop in every now and again. We get a flashback of it. But like, then on the other side is Portia. Phaedra got second chair, and then Cynthia. Phaedra is in what, 2.75 episodes? Why is Phaedra second chair? Over Drew? But then we looked at the picture a little deeper, and everybody is like, this is crazy. You know why? Because Britt is missing. And the internet went crazy. Ripples of, like, you could just hear a collective, you could hear it, right? So I'm thinking, why isn't Britt there? So we're going to talk about that, okay? So first things first, Kenya decided to take to her social media to let us know this. I'm disappointed to not be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion taping today. Please know that I take full accountability for my actions, and I deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. Kenya, Kenya, honestly and truly, the second part of your paragraph should have come last year when you did what you did. That's when that should have come, right? So now we know Kenya's not there. Okay, cool. That doesn't explain why Britt isn't there, though. Let's find out why Britt isn't there. She took to her Instagram to let us know this. As everyone is now aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic sexual photo surrounding the events in episode 5, that photo was not me. As the episode makes clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event. And based on what I was told, assumed it was somehow a photo of me. Which is why I reacted in the way that I did. I do not know who that was in the photo, but upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it wasn't me. I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark part of my life. Brittany, you can go to hell. That's what you can do. Because you are not going to make us sit up here and believe that a full year and some change has gone by and you never once took a look at that photo. So let's rewind. Bravo said they did an investigation about these photos. So nobody at Bravo went up to Brittany and said, "Hey girl, is this you? Is this you?" Nobody did that. So now, Bravo, you're clearly caught in a lie because y'all haven't been investigating the way that y'all claim that y'all have been investigating this entire situation. Again, truth be told, if Britt would have got fucking fired or suspended for threatening Kenya with whips and chains and guns and all this other type of stuff because she didn't get a hug because she's a fucking crash out of a human being, we wouldn't be in this situation at all. So let's count back to Britt's lies. So Britt, you said that your insurance license was on hold because of these rumors and allegations in these pictures. I work in the insurance industry. That's not how that works. Your license is not going to be put on hold over a rumor. That's not how that works. But you also said that your license was suspended. So you've been talking in circles, and then when confronted, you get spicy about it. You get defensive about it. You said you sat on your couch for 3 days, and you didn't eat, you couldn't sleep. You didn't do anything because you were stressed about these photos. So it is beyond me. It is beyond me that if somebody is telling me, "Tammy, it's some photos of you giving fellatio at this event up the street or whatever," and that was plastered all over the internet, and now it's on TV and all this other type of shit, you think I'm not going to go look at the photos so I can say, "Oh, girl, that is not me"? No, you crashed out about it. Why? And then when the episode aired, you accused Kenya of bullying you, of targeting you, of coming at you, of doing all this shit that you knew was not true because you knew. Britt, you can go straight to hell, baby, because this is crazy. This is crazy. So this is all yesterday. So everybody is like, she's a coward. She's a lame. F her, because my whole thing is you didn't show up to that reunion because you didn't want to have to be held accountable for the stuff that you did. For the fact that you did threaten her with a gun on numerous occasions. For the fact that you felt that everybody should have your side. To the point that you wanted Kenya to wrap her arms around you so tightly, so closely, you wanted to hug that motherfucking bad that you threatened this lady with a pistol. That is crazy. You don't want to be held accountable for that. You don't want to be held accountable for the fact that after this happened last year in 2024, you took your ass straight to Instagram, right to social media, to proclaim that you were being bullied and attacked by the OGs on the show. Earlier this season, you took to social media to say that you were being bullied and attacked, and Kenya had it out for you. Every interview you did, every time you were on Watch What Happens Live, you made that same statement. You don't want to be held accountable for the fact that you just got called out for being broke. Bare and naked. They said the boxes were bare. The boxes were literally naked. You had this event that you didn't want to feed everybody. You wanted everybody to sit around and eat deviled eggs and watch you and the cast eat steaks. That doesn't make sense. So then you get called out by the country club and you're sued, allegedly for $10,000. You get called out by the event planner and the caterer because you tried to throw them under the bus. They're raising funds. We're gathering supplies to send to Grenada, and you show up with a 12-roll pack of one-ply toilet paper. You don't want to have to be held accountable for all the shit that you're doing. You're aggressive as fuck. You've been coming after Angela for no reason. For no reason. You were coming after Drew for no reason. We're going to see you fall out with Shamia next episode. We know that you fall out with Kelly. You're a disaster. You're a crash out of a person. That's why you didn't show up to the reunion. That's exactly why. It's not because you're embarrassed. It's not because of any of that other stuff. It's not because the photo wasn't you. You caused the dark moment in your life. You're the reason your life is dark. You're a dark cloud. You yourself. So this morning, word comes out that Britt is suing Bravo for $20 million. I said, girl, I know you fucking lying. So I'm going to read the People magazine article, the highlights of this lawsuit. So according to court documents obtained by People magazine, Brit Eady has filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo, NBC, and production companies Truly Original and Edible Shine North America, alleging defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false light, and sexual harassment in hostile work environment. The lawsuit stems from the incident that occurred in episode 5 of Atlanta's current airing 16th season, which was filmed last June, in which former castmate Kenya Moore displayed a poster board with explicit images of a woman she suggested was Eady performing oral sex during her hair spa opening party. Okay? Now, while Kenya was suspended, as we know, Britt continued to work. So Britt Eady is also suing them by respondent superior, a legal doctrine that holds employers responsible for the wrongful conduct of their employees. I'm a pause right there. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but if you felt that it was whatever, I'm not even going to do it. So this notice also calls for Kenya's statements about Britt's false, defamatory, harassing, and damaging, and claims that the images were not of her. Britt said these aren't her. Additionally, Britt is alleging that she did not see the explicit photograph until after certain of these events were aired on Bravo nearly a year later. I'm going to pause right there because that doesn't make sense, Britt. That doesn't make sense. You can't sit up here and with your whole chest say, yeah, y'all were letting her defame me and all this other type of stuff, and you never once thought to look at the pictures and see if they were really you. To me, that doesn't make sense. So the lawsuit goes on to say defendants willfully, intentionally, recklessly, and or with gross negligence produced, edited, and aired an episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta on April 6, 2025 that included footage of certain of the cast member statements at issue, as well as commentary from other cast members that described the photographs displayed. Okay. Furthermore, the manner in which the episode was aired falsely yet unmistakably implied that the graphic sexual photograph presented by the cast members depicted Brit Eady. On information and belief, defendants knew that the photograph did not depict Eady or at the least were reckless or grossly negligent in failing to learn that the photograph did not depict Eady. So here's the thing, Britt. She is alleging that Bravo knew that the pictures weren't her or did not know for sure the pictures were her, but they allowed Kenya to still post them and they allowed the episode to still run. I will say this. I'll give Britt this. Bravo, if y'all felt that what Kenya did was so egregious and so ridiculous and so tasteless, y'all still aired the fucking episode. If y'all felt that what Kenya did was so out of the box and y'all didn't like it, y'all shouldn't have aired that scene. Y'all shouldn't have aired the scene. So Britt then claims that she attempted to see the photo before the episode aired, but the network refused to show it to her. So the documents go on to say, by the way of foregoing, defendants contributed to the hostile work environment for Britt and sexually harassed plaintiff by subjecting her to unwelcome, offensive, and sexualized behavior and comments based on her gender by requiring her to continue working in an environment in which she had been subject to a gendered attack, creating an inferior condition or privilege of employment based on her gender. So you are saying, Britt, that Bravo continued to force you to film and you felt attacked? That is bullshit. And you know it is. Because if you felt that was so out of the box and all that other shit that Kenya did what she did to you, you should have quit. You should have quit right then and there. You should have took Kenya's ass to court right then and there. You should have looked at the pictures to see if it really was you. I'm not buying this bullshit because here's the thing. Either Britt knew good and goddamn well that those weren't her in those pictures and she strung this shit along to try to get a bag at the end of the day, or you were just that dumb. Just that dumb. So the documents conclude with the immediate removal of the episode from public access on all platforms, networks, and media outlets in the defendant's control, along with a public statement acknowledging the episode shared a false depiction of Britt and a monetary reward that included the legal fees. Okay. So if the defendants fail to appear, Britt is asking the judgment be issued for the sum of not less than $20 million with interest and the cost and fees of the action. Girl, you don't have to worry about that. Bravo will have they ass in that courtroom. You don't have to worry about that. I'm going to say this. There was one other screenshot that I thought I had. Hold on. Where Britt is saying that she, let me see if I still have it. Or maybe that was somebody just speaking. Oh, good God. What is it? Let me see. I don't think I have it anymore. But I'll say this. When it comes to this situation, again, what Kenya did was wrong, right? We can all agree on that. We all should. We all should agree that what Kenya did was wrong. However, what Britt did was wrong too. What Britt did was wrong as well. And if Bravo would have acted more responsibly with Britt's threats, y'all wouldn't be in this situation. This is insane. This is ridiculous. Like, Bravo, y'all should not even be having to deal with this bullshit. But here y'all are because y'all didn't. She played y'all. She let y'all fire Kenya, sat and moped and screamed and hollered about how, all these things are happening to her. All these things are happening to her to turn around and sue y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this. How do y'all feel about Britt with this lawsuit? Andy got on Twitter and said, this is reaching a level of petty that's beyond even anything I've seen, with the popcorn emoji. Let's talk down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I'll meet y'all in the comments.